Grey's Anatomy is an American medical drama television series that premiered on March 27, 2005, on the American Broadcasting Company, ABC, as a mid-season replacement. The fictional series focuses on the lives of surgical interns, residents, and attendings as they develop into seasoned doctors while balancing personal and professional relationships. The title is an allusion to Grey's Anatomy, a classic human anatomy textbook first published in 1858 in London and written by Henry Grey. 1. Shonda Rhimes developed the pilot and continues to write for the series. She is also one of the executive producers alongside Betsy Beers, Mark Gordon, Krista Vernoff, Rob Korn, Mark Wilding, and Allan Heinberg, and recently Ellen Pompeo. Although the series is set in Seattle, it is filmed primarily in Los Angeles, California. The series revolves around the title character, Dr. Meredith Grey, played by Ellen Pompeo. Grey is first featured as an intern and later becomes the chief of general surgery, all the while exploring the ups and downs of a surgeon's life. The original cast consisted of 9 star-billed actors: Pompeo, Sandra Oh, Katherine Heigl, Justin Chambers, T.R. Knight, Chandra Wilson, James Pickens Jr., Isaiah Washington, and Patrick Dempsey. The cast has undergone major changes throughout the series' run. At the start of the 16th season, the show had a large ensemble of 14 actors, including 4 characters from the original cast: Meredith Grey, Alex Karev, Miranda Bailey, and Richard Weber. Justin Chambers, who played Dr. Alex Karev, left the show during this season. Grey's Anatomy is the longest-running scripted primetime show currently airing on ABC, and the longest scripted primetime series carried by ABC. As of February 28, 2019, it was the longest-running American primetime medical drama series. 2. The series was most recently renewed for its 17th season. Its success catapulted longtime series regulars including Pompeo, Dempsey, and O to worldwide recognition. They were among the top 5 highest-earning television actors in 2013. 3-4. While the show's ratings have fallen over the course of its run, it was once among the overall top 10 shows in the United States. It is still one of the highest-rated shows among the 18 to 49 demographic, and the number 3 drama on all of broadcast television in the United States. 5. The series was the highest revenue-earning show on television, in terms of advertising, in the 2007-08 season. In 2017, it was ranked 10th on the list. In its 15th season, Grey's Anatomy ranked as ABC's highest-rated drama. Grey's Anatomy has been well received by critics throughout much of its run, and has been included in various critics' year-end top 10 lists. Since its inception, the show has been described by the media outlets as a television phenomenon or a juggernaut, owing to its longevity and dominant ratings. It is considered to have had a significant effect on popular culture and has received numerous awards, including the Golden Globe Award for Best Television Series, Drama, and a total of 38 Primetime Emmy Award nominations, including 2 for Outstanding Drama Series. The cast members have also received accolades for their individual performances. The series follows the life of Meredith Grey, Ellen Pompeo, the daughter of esteemed General Surgeon Ellis Grey, Kate Burton, starting from her acceptance into the surgical residency program at the fictional Seattle Grace Hospital, later named Seattle Grace Mercy West, and finally, Grey Sloan Memorial Hospital. During her time as a resident, Grey works alongside fellow physicians Christina Yang, Sandra Oh, Izzy Stevens, Katherine Heigl, Alex Karev, Justin Chambers, and George O'Malley, T.R. Knight, who each struggle to balance their personal lives with hectic schedules and stressful residency requirements. During their internship, they are overseen by Miranda Bailey, Chandra Wilson, a senior resident, who works with attending physicians Derek Shepard, Patrick Dempsey, head of neurosurgery and Meredith's love interest, and Preston Burke, Isaiah Washington, head of cardiothoracic surgery, who becomes Yang's fiancé. Richard Weber, James Pickens Jr., chief of surgery and attending general surgeon, is the former lover of Ellis Grey. During the first 6 seasons, Burke, O'Malley, and Stevens all depart the series. The series also shows drama and emotions focused on Meredith's life. In addition to Weber, Burke, and Shepard, the surgical wing is primarily supervised by Addison Montgomery, Kate Walsh, Shepard's ex-wife and the head of OB/GYN, neonatal and fetal surgery, who leaves for Los Angeles at the end of Season 3, Mark Sloan, Eric Dane, head of plastic surgery, Callie Torres, Sarah Ramirez, a resident who later becomes head of orthopedic surgery and leaves Seattle for New York at the end of the 12th season, Erica Hahn, Brooke Smith, as head of cardiothoracic surgery, who leaves Seattle Grace in season 5 after a disagreement with Torres, with whom she shared a brief relationship, Owen Hunt, Kevin McKidd, as head of trauma who later marries Yang, Arizona Robbins, Jessica Capshaw, as head of pediatric surgery, and later head of maternal, fetal surgery who marries Torres, Teddy Altman, Kim Raver, as head of cardiothoracic surgery who departs at the end of season 8 but returns in season 14, and Amelia Shepard, Katerina Skorson, Derek's sister, who is hired to replace him as head of neurosurgery. Lexi Gray, Kyler Lee, Meredith's paternal half-sister, joins the residency program in season 4 until her death with her love interest Mark Sloan in the plane crash at the end of season 8, after which Seattle Grace is renamed Grace Sloan Memorial Hospital in their memory. Former Mercy West residents April Kepner, Sarah Drew, and Jackson Avery, Jesse Williams, joined Seattle Grace following an administrative merger in season 6. Other additions include Leah Murphy, Tessa Ferrer, who departs at the end of season 10 but returns during season 13, Shane Ross, Gaius Charles, who leaves with Yang for Zurich, Switzerland in the season 10 finale, Stephanie Edwards, Jerica Hinton, who resigns at the end of season 13, Joe Wilson, Camilla Luddington, who marries Karev, Andrew DeLuca, Giacomo Gianniati, the former love interest of Meredith's maternal half-sister Maggie Pierce, Kelly McCreary, who also serves as head of cardiothoracic surgery, and Ben Warren, Jason George, an anesthesiologist turned resident turned firefighter, 6, who marries Bailey. Season 11 sees the death of Derek Shepard, and in season 12, attending cardiovascular surgeon Nathan Riggs, Martin Henderson, joins the show. In the early episodes of season 14, Riggs leaves the series to start a life with Owen's long-lost sister Megan, Abigail Spencer. By the season finale, Robbins, Kepner and Warren also depart the show. Midway through the 16th season, Karev made his final appearance on the series. Grey's Anatomy follows the lives of surgical interns, residents, and attendings at the fictional Grace Sloan Memorial Hospital, formerly Seattle Grace Hospital, Season 1 to 6, Seattle Grace Mercy West Hospital, Season 6 to 9, and then Grace Sloan Memorial Hospital, Season 9 present, as the interns gradually develop into seasoned doctors through the mentoring of their residents, attendings, and chiefs of surgery. Each installment typically begins with a voiceover narrative from Meredith Grey or a season regular, foreshadowing the theme of the episode. 7-8, each season tends to represent the physician's academic year, with each completed year qualifying the residents at a level higher in the surgical field. 9, the season typically ends with a dramatic event such as a death or character departure. 10, most installments revolve around the doctors' everyday lives as surgeons, but the show also emphasizes their personal, as well as their professional, lives. 7, the series often sets aside medical ethics concerns in order to foreground character development and relationships. While the physicians treat the illnesses of their patients, often through complex surgeries, they also display competitive spirit and seek praise. 11. After arriving at the hospital each morning, residents may argue over who gets the challenge of a certain patient who has arrived that day. 12. A hospital superior assigns cases, often generating tension between the residents and their superiors. 13. Within each episode are shifts from the doctors interacting with their patients, to scenes with their coworkers. Once assigned a case, each doctor diagnoses the patient, with the help of his or her attending physician, which usually leads to surgery. 14. The surgeons tend to form personal connections with their patients, with a patient often conveying a message to his or her doctor, which unintentionally relates to the doctor's private life. 15. The show displays the growth of relationships between the doctors, either friendly or romantic, which may produce conflicts between their personal and professional lives. Emotional scenes are often accompanied by an indie rock background song, something that has become a hallmark of the series. 16. At the conclusion of each episode, one of the characters delivers another voiceover, typically contrasting or following up on the initial one. 8. The 5 characters who are first introduced in the series premiere, as surgical interns, are Grey, Yang, Stevens, Karev, and O'Malley. 17. They are initially mentored by Bailey, a senior resident who becomes the hospital's chief resident, 18, and later an attending general surgeon, in Season 6. 19. The surgical program is initially headed by Richard Weber, the chief of surgery, who has a pre-existing personal relationship with Meredith, having had an affair with her mother when Meredith was a child. In Weber's employ are attending neurosurgeon Derek Shepard, dubbed MC Dreamy by the residents, and attending cardiothoracic surgeon Preston Burke. Shepard is introduced as Meredith's love interest, while Burke begins a relationship with Yang. 20. Introduced in the show's second season are obstetrician-gynecologist and neonatal surgeon, Addison Montgomery, 21, plastic surgeon Mark Sloan, nicknamed MC Steamy by the interns, from New York, 22, and orthopedic surgeon Callie Torres. 23. Montgomery is Shepard's estranged wife who arrives in Seattle seeking reconciliation with him. 24. Sloan is Shepard's former best friend, who aided the breakdown of his marriage by having an affair with Montgomery. 25. While Torres is introduced as a love interest, and eventual wife for O'Malley. The penultimate episode of Season 3 introduces Lexi Gray, Meredith's half-sister who unexpectedly decides to pursue her internship at Seattle Grace Hospital after her mother's sudden death, and begins an on-again, off-again relationship with Sloan. 26. Burke and Yang, having been engaged, 27, endeavor to plan their wedding, while Montgomery departs the show in the Season 3 finale, relocating to California, seeking a new life. The Season 3 finale also shows Burke's exit from the show, after leaving Yang at the altar on their wedding day. 28. Gray, Yang, Stevens, Karev are all promoted to residents, in the Season 4 premiere. 29, while O'Malley is forced to repeat his internship year, following his failing of the intern exam. 28. Subsequently, Torres and O'Malley divorce one another, due to him having an affair with Stevens, initially concealing it from Torres. 30-31, early in the fourth season, cardiothoracic surgeon Erica Hahn becomes Torres's love interest. 32, during the fifth season, Hahn departs from the series after a disagreement with Torres. 33, and O'Malley retakes his intern exam, passes and joins his fellow physicians as a resident. 34, two new characters are introduced, former United States Army trauma surgeon Dr. Owen Hunt, 35, and pediatric surgeon Dr. Arizona Robbins. 36, Hunt becomes a love interest for Yang, 37, while Robbins begins a relationship with Torres. 38, when Stevens is diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic melanoma. 39, she and Karev get married at the conclusion of the fifth season. 40, in addition, Meredith and Shepard marry, with their vows written on a blue post-it note. 41.